Hey there, I'm Emgris, I'm still in Georgia, and here is the story time. The story about booking.com. You have probably seen the title and you probably know what I'm going to talk about. I need to film some comments before you see the video, because the video was filmed when a situation was different, when I was excited about how Booking handled that, and I was pretty happy. But after filming the video, I found out new details, new things. So basically, watch the video till the end, and I will the same way tell you what actually has happened. I need to admit that the title is a little bit clickbaity, but the story is there, the story is still happening, and this is the story about how we got scammed for about $430. That's about 30,000 rubles. And so here is the story. So we are digital nomads, as we can call us, and we are traveling around Georgia, mostly around Tbilisi, and we have to switch places really often. That's not because of being spies or just not trying to keep track of where we are, not anything like that. It's just because we find a nice place, or we stay there for a week and then it's gone and it's occupied for the next week, and we have to move to another place. We like that place and then we have to move again. So that's why we're actually staying in different places for 1 week, and we need to find new places all the time, every week. So we are mostly using booking.com for that. Sometimes we're using the Russian site sudochno.ru. That is also the website for searching for apartments for a short period of time for staying as an accommodation. Once I was just searching on booking.com, and I found a really fancy apartment that was on sale, and I can't attach the photos because I don't have them for now, and I don't think I will have them. But basically there was a really fancy apartment with 2 bedrooms, with an enormous kitchen and a hall, and with all the necessities, with everything. And I thought like it's a bargain, because there was the price that was much higher. So for you to understand, the price for 1 week was 14,000 rubles, and the price without the discount was 24,000 rubles. So like it was a 10,000 rubles discount. And I thought that probably they have this accommodation being booked for a long period of time, and there is the gap between these long time bookings. So they needed to fill the space, and that's why they were giving the discount. Now when I'm saying this, it sounds fishy, but I didn't thought like that during that time. And you might say that like I'm stupid to go for such a discount. There is like in Russia we say there is free cheese just in the my sketcher. What was valid for me about this place, that it had like several, like about 10 or more reviews. They were fantastic. They were saying that we can't say anything bad about this place. It was gorgeous, and there were reviews from different countries, from different people. So I thought that okay, that sounds great. So I booked this place, and there was at first there came the message in the system of booking.com. The message was about like some automatic message about we'll contact you soon, something like that. Just we received your application, like not the application, the booking, and we'll contact you soon. I thought like okay. After a couple of minutes, someone messaged me on WhatsApp and said that he is the representative of this place, and he asked several times, he asked whether I have read the policies of this accommodation. I said like I've read the policy about cancelling, we're not going to cancel, so there's no point in that. Then he said that actually the process of receiving keys is contactless. So you receive a number and there is a code machine where you put the code and you enter the apartment. I said like, okay, I've seen this system in Rome. I've lived in an apartment that worked like this, so I felt there is no problem about that at all. So I said, okay, code it is. And then he said that they need them, and here comes the nasty part, they need their full payment in advance for this apartment. And he said that he will send the card number or the phone number to the system of messaging in booking.com. I was like, that's weird, but okay, probably you want to make sure that that we will be there for this accommodation. And it was important, he sent me the card number and the phone number in the system of messaging of booking.com. And he just sent them and said, okay, it was the Russian card number and Russian telephone number. So I asked my brother to send this amount because we are sharing the price, and sometimes he pays, sometimes I pay. So he paid. We were really happy. You can't imagine how happy we were. So we found such a fancy apartment that was near our previous current apartment, and we didn't need to travel across the whole Tbilisi. And what happened later is that I was searching for another apartment for the week after we would stay in this fancy apartment. And I found another booking, found another apartment, also on booking.com, and it looked also really great, a bit less fancy than the previous one, although a little bit more expensive, like about $8 more expensive. But I thought, okay, we can book for another week, because that fancy one was already occupied for that next week. So I booked that one, and the message came to the system of booking about that we are happy that you are here. So the message looked exactly the same as the previous one. And I contacted the person in WhatsApp, asking him whether it's also his apartment. He said yes. And he said, you know the drill, we will send you the card number and the phone number to the system of booking, messaging of booking, and you will need to pay for that because there is also a code machine, etc. So I paid. Yeah. After a couple of days, I noticed that the messaging in WhatsApp was deleted. All the messages of this person were deleted, and after I was nervous at that time. I was thinking that probably it's a scam, but was thinking that maybe it's just some issue or something. I was just not believing that. So in a couple of days, or actually on the next day, it happened that they cancelled one of those bookings. And it was written in the email that this booking site, this accommodation site, is no longer available due to closure. Okay, I was nervous. We were trying to contact the person, different people actually. The number of WhatsApp, so we called the WhatsApp number that was from Uzbekistan. We tried to call the person who had the card, the one that we sent the money to. We also tried to contact the phone number that was in the system of booking, so the contact details of the owner of the place. There was no answer. After some time, actually the Uzbekistan number answered in Telegram, and he switched to video. But it was really obvious that this person had nothing to do with this transaction. He was not speaking Russian. He was not. He was asking us whether we speak Uzbek language, and he was really puzzled with this call. So, genuinely puzzled. So we were trying to call everyone, and eventually we understood that that was a scam, and we tried to contact Booking. And actually, what Booking did was really great. So if you thought that I was going to blame Booking, then I might say that they should probably have better checks on who is renting the apartment. not renting, who is giving for rent the apartment. So, to cut a long story short, after long discussions with our bank, with booking, sending lots of documents, sending a lot of invoices, like the ones that we about the fact that we spent money, and eventually, like yesterday, booking actually returned the money that my brother spent. So I'm still waiting for money that I spent, but they returned half of the amount. Although, once again, the transaction was not carried out through booking. I was directly sending money from my account to the account of this scammer. So booking probably might not even step in because it's my fault. It's me to blame. Believing this stuff. Yeah, so that's the story, but that's not the end of it. So as I promised, I'm telling you what had happened after I filmed this video. So it's been about a week since they returned half of the amount of money. I'm grateful for that, but later they didn't handle that really nicely. They handled that poorly. What happened is that they are still not returning the second half of the money. I mean, they're not supposed to, but the appeal, my letter to them is still pending. They're still looking at the details somehow. I need to call them today actually, but I don't think they will tell me anything new. And they also did what? Yep, they blocked my booking account. I had Genius level number 2, and I had lots of bookings for many years. I called them and they told me that they can do nothing about that, and I should just create a new account. Hopefully you can do that with the same phone number, but you need to use a different email. And I have no idea why they blocked me, and I was really pissed about that, because like, why? I was the one who got scammed. I'm not scamming booking. So now I don't like booking. Yeah. I wonder will they comment down there. And if you have some questions and your stories about booking, please let me know also in the comments below, because I wonder, did this happen only to me, or is it something that is really common with booking? I don't know, but I'm pretty angry with them and upset. Yeah, so to the outro. What I'm gonna tell you next is that we have a friend that his acquaintances are also in Tbilisi right now, and they got scammed the same way as we got. And but they sent money to them, actually to the Georgian card, and went to Georgian police. By the way, we wrote a document to Russian police so that they will investigate that, because the transaction happened from our bank account to the Russian bank account. So Georgia has nothing to do with that. But those people that got scammed the same way, they sent money from the Georgian card to Georgian card, and they went to Georgian police. And the police said that that's a really typical type of scam, and they will receive money in a week and a half or 2 weeks. So just don't worry, you will receive this money. That's great that Georgian police works this way. That's awesome. But now we are really cautious. We are really debating about whether to give money as a prepayment to anyone, even if it's the accommodation that we already stayed in. And moreover, my friend told me that they stayed in Batumi and the system was the same, so they had to make a prepayment, like 100% prepayment. But they got their apartment, they stayed there, it was nice, and there was no problem with that. Guys, be careful, don't send money to anyone. I always thought that I would never get scammed by these types of con men, because it's so stupid to send money to someone. But when something seems too good to be true, probably it is. So yeah, have you got any travels? Have you got any questions about my travels and what's next to come? Leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification button, and see ya!